Hey, Sad Boys, how you doing? Hey, Michael. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Lindsay. As far as I know, they're good. All things considered. Hey, Sonny. The at home version of the live hasn't been working that great. I tried doing it last night. Oh, you having a better day? That's good. Yeah, I've showed it quite a few times. Hey, Debbie and Dave. Hey, Dolly. Hey, Lisa. I've been wrestling around with my painting projects, which I hate doing. Oh, see all the pollen on top of the water? That's what that is, pollen. Water's clear around here, all sand bottoms. I don't know what that guy's doing right there. I'm at Lake George. Hey, Laferno. Yeah, it's nice here. I didn't get your camera yet, Patricia. I thought I'd get it today, but I didn't. The mail is so weird. I mailed 4 things from Inkster. Only 2 of them got there after the 20th, and I resent everything. I went to use my metal detector tonight. The state just clear cut it about 700 acres. And I've looked at the old plat lines where farm homesteads used to be over the last couple hundred years. And there were farms back there. So I was going to go back and use my metal detector. I haven't used it in a while. And they got this cheap ass battery holder in there. When I took it out to put new batteries, the top broke. I haven't even used it that much, but the battery holder's so cheap. So I looked around. I called down to Jay. They didn't have them. Finally, I got a hold of Garrett, and they're sending me 2 for nothing, but it'll be a week. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, thanks. Oh, good. Heading to Taos today. That's good. Yeah, Taos is you're not going to find a better photo opportunity all year long. Get there early so you can go walk. You can walk the beach all the way to the weather station at the end without getting wet. It doesn't look like you can, but you can. Park in that far lot near the lighthouse. That pizza place is pretty good, right next to the Rite Aid. And actually, that Mexican restaurant at downtown isn't bad. Hey, Dominic. Hey, Blue. I see YouTube, man. I wrote them a letter today. I see that, I re uploaded that Maddie and Gerald thing. What happens sometimes is I'm just, I've got so much saved stuff, photos and video over the years that I'll just go through them randomly or I'll be moving something around or I'll have like 30 gigs left on a external hard drive and I want to fill it up. So that's how there's no method to the madness on how I re upload videos, but I'll see them and they look kind of interesting. And I think, I'll just upload this video. So that's kind of what I did with, you know, me and that suitable for advertisers. And it's the same. You don't really know what to do with them. There was an incident a couple years ago where you read their terms of service. I mean, I want to be straight with them. If you're not supposed to upload something, I'm fine with it. Just, could you make it a little more clear what it is? So during that time, when I'm interviewing these people, I'm not glorifying drugs. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's a good idea. In the midst of an interview with working girls about their drug addiction. And I see, and when you read these things that you have to click off, and I will admit I got a little sloppy on that one, but they have a placard on that stuff that says if this is related to like any kind of subject matter, it may be deemed appropriate. Well, what is that? So anyway, back to what I was starting to tell you. So a couple years ago, one of the girls is dead now, and one is doing really well. Anyway, I always thought that because I was interviewing people and that was kind of lifestyle they were in. I mean, who's shitting who? I mean, they're drug addicts. So bottom line is they let me video them, recorded them shooting heroin. And, again, it wasn't like, hey, everybody, I think you should try this. It was just two girls shooting heroin. And it was really interesting on what they go through to do it, the little ritual you have to do to needing a match and a vial and water and the way it's packaged. And I uploaded, and that thing wasn't up there an hour, and they took it down, and they gave me a strike. Well, before I did that, I went and looked at the terms of service. Now they've gotten stricter, and there was all sorts of stuff like that. It wasn't like, hey, everybody, you ought to try this. So I appealed the strike, and it was reversed, and it was a warning instead of strike. But if you go on YouTube now, you'll see all sorts of videos of people shooting heroin. But the one that I did, they didn't. They decided to play hardball on. So with the Maddie and Gerald interview that I re-uploaded, they're not suitable for advertisers. Well, why? I mean, this isn't glorifying this. So I wrote them a letter today and asked for some more clarification. But basically, when you upload a video now, you agree to their terms, which basically they can take off anything they feel like. So my guess would be it could have been a bot that had taken it off. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, a lot of nice water up here. I got my GoPro doing a time lapse now of the clouds. Hey, Shaniqua. I was oh, really? Yeah, I knew there were people that committed suicide in there. I mean, I think what a big change is that the government decided to categorize YouTube as the same category as a television station. So, what you don't see on TV is what they don't want on YouTube, which is really going to change the complexion of the whole thing. But, I don't know what to tell you, I mean, it'd be like firemen around and never bringing up arson. You would just like be recording them putting out fires and stuff like that, but they wouldn't want you talking about arson. It's just not clear. Oh, hey, YouTube's nothing like it used to be, man. When I first got on YouTube, because I was on it for a while before I uploaded videos, well, you wouldn't have believed it. Anything you found on there, gays, hate. Hey, get over here. And they were glad to tell you about it. No, don't go up there. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Atta girl. Good girl. Oh yeah, you see where they YouTube took off canceled all Crocodile Debbie's videos. They took them all down, every video she'd ever done. Somebody sent me a screenshot. Canceled every damn one of her videos. Yeah, what YouTube does is, believe me, they have what you see on a user's end is nothing compared to what they're keeping track of. They're well aware who you're communicating with. They've got your MAC and your IP address. So if you're signing into different names and causing trouble, they're all too aware of that now. And if you've noticed, they've enforced it better than they used to. So, they will identify you as either someone that they want around or someone they don't, and that's for a variety of reasons. One of it, of course, is profitability. So when they identify you as just a channel that's causing a bunch of trouble, you're never going to get any recommendations, and they're going to steer all the traffic they can away from you. That's why you'll see a lot of these hate channels start out, and for a new channel, they do disproportionately better than they should do. Before you know it, they've got 1,000 subscribers and a bunch of people watching because they're using other people's names and doing a bunch of hate stuff, and they've probably been kicked off all the other boards. So, they're well aware of who to promote and who not to. So you'll see these hate channels, and they just kind of drift around at 1,000. They never grow. They're dead in the water, really. There's no ad revenue. There's no growth, nothing. They just die. I think it's looked at by, through algorithms, and I think it's manually looked at as well when they're on the fence about should we promote this person or not. Hey, Christy. Yeah, they were all gone, yep. So I knew that was a matter of time, and the same with some of these other crazy channels that are out there talking this nonsense. You can imagine the amount of data that YouTube has. So I guarantee you're going to see the same thing happen to their channels. And there's going to be no videos. I mean, there's a legal argument, really, if somebody, and I don't care who it is, hosts a forum in one way or another, like you provide a server for someone to harass and stalk people. And there's clear case law on that. So if somebody's putting you on notice that they're being stalked and harassed and threatened, and cops called on them all the time and that kind of thing, that's a form of harassment. It's one thing for the person to do it, but it's another thing for any company to provide a forum to allow it to happen. And once they put them on notice, it's like, look, I'm getting harassed. This isn't any. Why are you allowing this channel to do this? You'll see now that YouTube is doing more than they've ever done, but just by the mere fact of the amount of data they have, it's slow goings. But there's going to be a day when you're not going to see these crazy talk, sex talk, stupid bullshit, hate channels. They're just not going to exist at all. They're going to stamp them out after their first live. Yeah, I mean, they do that. Places do that. Come on, Daisy. Come on over here. There's nothing you can really do about that. They can use your... Come on, hon. Over here, honey. They can use your name. Come on, hon. Hey, get over here. Come here. Get over here. Come here. Get over here. No. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I don't really care about that anyway, because you realize right away you're going to see that going away too. It's already getting there. They're going to find out a way to not let people allowed to use other channel names in their titles. That's next on the agenda. It just hasn't happened yet. But I don't really care. Yeah, they can use your videos. There's different ways you can do it. It's called fair use. And that's kind of like a spinning wheel of subtle changes. I mean, come here, Daisy. Fair use is complicated. There's a YouTube interpretation, and there's an interpretation if someone decides to sue you or not. But yeah, they can use them. They can't take the whole video and upload it without a commentary. Daisy, no, or something like that. So, but they can use parts of it. No, I don't talk to Sharon anymore, to tell you the truth. That's another thing I've got a lot of emails about. And I mean, I don't, I'm not into drama at all. And when I suspect that if anybody's doing it, I get rid of them. And evidently, someone is sending Rich emails using my name. I would never do something like that. Let me put it to you this way. When I decide to, how you doing? Well, this is how I do it, because I think it's fair if you're a part of the channel and you've been around and you contribute, you want to know what's going on. On the same token, I don't want to be drawn into a bunch of he said, she said bullshit, but I am like, have zero interest in starting rumors, trouble anyway. So this is the best way I can sum it up. If a certified public accountant is doing tax returns, and if you took it to a reasonable person to look and determine if you're doing tax returns, it doesn't take too much for a CPA that's competent to know if what the numbers he's crunching and what you're submitting is illegal or not. That's his job. So this was hashed out over, it's his job to do the tax returns and calculate your information. But here's how that standard was set with CPAs. This went back and forth, and before you know it, the government was going after CPAs as well. And then it kind of morphed around to, well, the CPA is only responsible for the data that's provided to do the return. And then it kind of changed to this. And what it is now, if a CPA suspects that you're doing something illegal, improper, what he's supposed to do, he's not under any obligation to report you. He's just supposed to get rid of you as a client. So if, the wheels come off and they go back and they look at things, they're going to realize, and they're going to come to the CPA, and it's like, hey, what's the deal? It's like, hey, I realized what was going on. Yeah, I didn't turn him in, but I didn't do his tax return. That was 3 years ago. That's kind of what I do when I run into people where I don't think that things are as they're being sold. It's a variety of reasons that causes that. Usually it's finding out accidentally through the back door from someone that they didn't think that I was communicating with, that basically they're full of shit. And I'm not saying this was happened with Sharon or anybody else. I'm just saying when I decide to distance myself for someone, I'm trying to get rid of drama. I don't want to be pulled into any of this bullshit, or I've suspected something's not on the up and up. And I do it regularly. I do it with people that are on the channel. I've done it with moderators. I've done it with people that I've interviewed that I've tried to support. Once that I know in my mind that what the people are seeing isn't what is really happening, it's time for us to part ways. But back to what I said, evidently somebody is, and the last thing I would do is tell you something like this and then cause a bunch of trouble behind your back. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. But evidently someone is sending Rich emails, or they're complaining through GoFundMe or something, that I'm complaining that the GoFundMe is fraud. Let me tell you, I haven't sent an email to anybody about Sharon. I haven't sent an email to anybody about anything, particularly for something like that. So I'm sure one of these stalkers out there is using my name and typing in Tom Reed and sending it to go. That's not me. I promise you, it's not me. You will never connect I hope it gets litigated, because then you can get the IP and MAC address, and you'll find that I didn't send any email to anybody, particularly regarding Sharon and her GoFundMe account. I could care less. I'm just happy not to talk to her anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I just stay away from it. And, people think, well, if you're on the outside and you're just watching videos, like, Tom, he's, what a big asshole. He just all of a sudden quit talking to someone. Let me tell you, I'm not just all of a sudden quit talking to someone for no reason. I mean, what's the goal there? What's the motive? I do it because I have found stuff that you're not privy to that turns me off on them, and I do it in my personal life as well. It doesn't take me too much to not want to have something to do with somebody. And after all, it's a private channel. When there are people out there that need help, I'm more than willing to do it. But, and I'm not saying that, I'm holding you to a higher standard than anybody else should, but I'm not interested in drama, lying, scams, bullshit. You need to go someplace else. No, it doesn't take much now with people, not at all. The minute I see some bullshit or dishonesty or good people getting conned, I'm out of there. Yep, no problem. That includes family members as well. Yeah, I don't want any of this stuff. Yeah, I'm sure they do. And I mean, you could say, well, it would be easy for me to get mad at Rich, but I'm not mad at him because he thinks it's me sending these in. I'm telling you, it's not. I would never do that. And Rich is still getting the good deal at the Red Roof Inn because of me. So it's not like I'm calling them up because I don't see Sharon anymore and suggesting that they don't get a good deal anymore. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, good luck to all of them. And even the people that I decide to distance myself from, good luck to you. Really, I don't hold any grudge. I'm not doing stuff behind people's back. I tell you right to your face what the deal is, and what can I say? No, I would never do something. I mean, you know that, Blue, and I know Dolly knows that, and I'm sure Rita knows that. But people, if they don't like you, they're gonna find, and it just grinds some people that I don't want to make a video and tell them why I don't have anything to do with certain people. And if you recall, I did that to Gerald and Maddie because I thought they were very disrespectful to Marguerite. And the only reason that turned around is because if you look back in the videos, I interviewed Marguerite and I uploaded the video, and she didn't have a problem with what they did. Well, if she doesn't have a problem with it, what am I upset about? And once she said that's all right with me, it didn't really bother me. Well, okay then. Just started communicating with him again. Yeah, I'm not GoFundMe things. I mean, I'll tell you, I did a GoFundMe back before Angel had died. And it was the same old deal. And I got money sent to me by a bunch of people, some people in Canada. And what ended up happening, was that this was like 5 or 6 years ago. It was like we got that crazy cold winter. Nobody was out. And what ended up happening is I didn't see anybody that they sent the money for. So I ended up just biting a bullet, paying GoFundMe whatever it was they needed, their charge was, and eating it myself and sending everybody back money before. I've done that before. I remember one time I sent Mary money back on something. It was kind of the same thing, when COVID was coming up. And I'm kind of in the same jam now, only not with much money, but with more packages. That's why I started saying last August, don't send me anything. Believe me, it's no big deal. It's not that I wouldn't like to talk to somebody and give them a blanket or a coat or canned fruit or something somebody sent. But when you don't run into them for 9 months, I carted all that stuff around on that 15,000-mile trip. I'm not bitching, but believe me, I didn't. If I was gonna not deliver it, I doubt that I would have taken it with me on a 2-month vacation, thinking that I was going to catch these people on the way back when COVID died down. But I've learned over time that it puts me in too many bad locations for too long looking for people, which is why I try to give you contact information for these people up front, and you can deal with them on your own. Yeah. And here's another example. Like, I'll give you another example. So, I told you this before. When I was down in Detroit a month just recently, and what I would do is I would go down, drive around there in the morning, and I'd say half the time again in the evening. But it was at least in the morning. I never saw anybody the whole damn time I was there. And mind you, I looked for people for the whole month of August and the whole month of October with stuff that I still have from then. And I was down there all the time driving around. So I just decided, and I'm just not going to waste my whole days in gas. It's nothing for me to drive 200 miles once I'm in Detroit. So if I see them, great. If I don't, great. And well, that's why I have what I do. But it just has changed down there quite a bit. Yeah, this is Lake George. It's just 3 miles south of town, West Branch. This is a great lake. I mean, I've been coming up here since '78, but I've only lived here for 10 years. As you know, my sister was the first single female McDonald's franchises, and she got her first store up here. And then in '79, she moved my parents up here. And actually, they lived over there. That house has been since torn down and a new one built, but that's how I've been coming up here so long. So I was out here. I remember taking photos over there on that dock from across the lake in '79. Yeah, so I've been coming up here, but like I said, I didn't live here until 10 years ago. Yeah, this is really good fishing. They have rainbow trout, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, bluegill, crappies, sunfish. Yeah, this is all the fishing pretty much north of Bay City is good. Yeah, fishing is really good around here. These are heavily stocked, golden nuggets for the DNR. I mean, they want people to come and fish and, you do outdoor activities. And yeah, they take good care of this lake. It's a beautiful lake. Great to swim in, ski, whatever you want. Oh, that's good, Dolly. Yeah, it's too much stuff. I still got a bunch of stuff I got to give out. Now, I did get Maddie's new phone number. Had I had it, I would have called her while I was down there. But I did call, and the number was bad, which is not uncommon. But I didn't see Maddie. And another problem with that area with Marguerite too, I don't really think I have too much for Maddie, but I do have a big box for Marguerite. So I will get it to her, but now that I have Maddie's phone number, but I didn't have it before. But that whole service drive, down there it runs east and west, and that whole service drive is shut down for that new bridge construction. So Marguerite really doesn't have a place to panhandle now. I'm not saying she doesn't walk over to Fort Street. She may, but that's a long walk. And I guess she could go over to Verner, but what are you going to do? Now, I had texted Tassie too. I don't know what the deal is with her. Like I said, with some of these people, no news is good news. And Frederick said the other night he thought she got married and moved to Tennessee. Well, I did find her Facebook account, and it doesn't look like, it does say she got married, but I don't find anything on there that says she went to Tennessee, but I'm assuming she has a different phone now. Nah, allergies is what it is. Allergies. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Claritin D, I wouldn't even leave the house. And it isn't like it's a lot of sneezing, coughing, blowing my nose. Not that. It's that histamine reaction to the pollen in the air, whatever the hell it is. I've passed every allergy test they gave me. It's something that they don't test for. Some kind of weird, weed, or could be a million things. So what I'm saying, if you feel tired and you think you have allergies and you go to an allergist and they say you don't, they could be full of shit, because it would cost 10 grand to get checked for everything in your area, and they just don't do that. They do oak, mold, grass, stuff like that. They do like 40 things, dust. And if you pass, those are the main ones that most of the population is allergic to. And once you get into some kind of deal like I'm allergic to, you're basically, it took me forever to figure this out. Yeah, it makes me feel shaky too. It does. But I'll tell you what, there's really not that much ephedrine in Claritin D. And here's another thing. This is just my opinion, which of course is worthless. Take the 12-hour and do not buy generic. not when it comes to stuff like that or anti-inflammatories. I'm telling you, I've read a bunch of studies. I got a doctor buddy that's a kook about keeping up on this stuff. And for the other $5 or $6 you're going to spend, do not mess with generics. So what I do now is I use the Claritin D. Take it first thing as you get up. And here's another thing too. If you take Claritin D, drink a big ass glass of water when you take it in the morning. Do it. Because if you don't, if you're not a water drinker and you're particularly a coffee drinker, that damn thing's going to just sit down there in your gut and like dissolve, and you'll get heartburn up the ass for the whole 12 hours. So when you take one, drink it down with a big glass of water, and it'll make you feel like doing things during the day rather than being tired and don't know what's wrong. And I also use that generic nasal spray. It's the Walgreens or Walmart, everybody has it now, generic version. In my car and 2 at night. And even though you're supposed to be able to get away with one spray, I usually give myself about 3 sprays, because it's the difference between not doing shit, not feeling like reading, not cleaning the house, wanting to do laundry, or getting some things done. So I keep the hell on it. Yeah, get the generic version of Flonase. The generic version. It's way cheaper. You can actually get it for about $9.85 a bottle. But the anti-inflammatory and the propellant is different in different bottles. I can show you the one. And the other ones didn't work that great. And yeah, no, you can be allergic to tons of shit that you'll pass it. Another thing too, like for a coffee drinker, I'm drinking coffee, and honestly, mainly it was because go nuts over stupid shit. So I thought I'm going to get in trouble if I keep doing this. So I just quit coffee, which I really liked. But I've taken a Claritin D and I having one of those triple shot lattes in the morning. Was not going to work for me. So I quit coffee. And I am trying to drink herbal tea, which sucks, but I do it. I'm going to be getting in shape here in a while too. Back in shape, I should say. They say it's good for you, but it's one of these kind of things to where, good for you how? I mean, it's like antidepressants. I know when something's work and then when it's not. And if I drink a couple shots of... Oh, sorry about that. No, herbal tea doesn't have any caffeine in it. Decaf coffee does. It still has caffeine in it. See that bald eagle at the very top of that tree over there? Yep, right there. Yeah, what you have to... I think this could have been for me. I don't know. But I think that what you can get if you take a lot of like stimulants, whether it's an energy drink, a caffeine drink, you can get adrenal fatigue, which is pretty interesting. And I wouldn't, that will lead to tiredness. You see a lot of young kids, they're drinking these Mountain Dews and they're drinking these things. You wouldn't notice it so much when you were young, but it's not hard to get adrenal fatigue. And unless you go to a doctor that's really up on it and recognizes the signs and symptoms, you're liable to come out of there and he's going to say, I don't know what's wrong with you. Would you like to be treated for depression? I mean, this is how it goes with a lot of these things that affect your life in a big way. They're not definitive enough for a non-expert to catch it. That eagle couldn't get Daisy if she wanted to. There's no way an eagle could pick up Daisy. Daisy would kick that eagle's ass. I wouldn't say don't trust doctors. I mean, being a doctor isn't like being an architect. If you want a garage with a mother-in-law apartment on the top, you can go to an architect, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Now, medicine's difficult. It's complex. It's not easy. Yeah, if you break your leg, that's easy. But if you've got one of these, if you're symptomatic, and you got, I don't know how my buddy does it. He's a family practitioner. I don't know how you do it. People lie to you. They come in there and don't feel good, and you got to go through this about 30 or 40 times every day, sometimes 7 days a week, and be the attending physician on your patients that are hospitalized. You couldn't pay me $10 million a year to be a family practitioner. What a nightmare. And in the back of your mind, you're always worried about getting sued. And they lie to you. That's why any young girl that comes in with some kind of abdominal pain, they do a pregnancy test on. Why? Because they've believed what the patient told them over the years, and when they asked him if they were sexually active, no, they believed him. Well, you know what? Lots of people lie. People lie about saying they're having sex when they're not, and people are having sex and saying they don't. It's just the way it is. No, I wouldn't touch a holistic doctor with a 10-foot pole. People are living longer now than they ever have because of medicine. Don't shit yourself. You see anybody going around with COVID and getting treated by a holistic doctor? No way. I'm 100% behind medicine, even though it's not perfect. Look at Stephen Jobs. He might be around today. Unlikely, because he got pancreatic cancer, but he dicked around with a holistic doctor for a year trying to get rid of pancreatic cancer. Yeah, you're full of shit. You're an absolute moron for saying that. First of all, COVID isn't flu. It has nothing to do with flu. I'm gonna get you're just too stupid. This year's flu. Yeah, yep, see you later. COVID is not flu. What an idiot. Hi, hon. Yeah, some people get headaches. I didn't get any headaches, but I didn't feel like doing shit. That's for sure. COVID is this year's flu. See, this is the advantage of having it like a private channel. If I was working with this guy or he was my neighbor, I'd have to listen to this shit and acting like I didn't think he was nuts. Yeah, I'm always low on on vitamin D. I don't know why. And if you look at people that have cardiac issues, almost anybody with some kind of arrhythmia is low on vitamin D. They really don't understand why. Hi, Mary. No, he's super stupid. Yeah, they want, and this sunlight bullshit's a bunch of bullshit too. There's people all over Florida low on vitamin D. They act like you can go out and check your mail and take your hat off. That's horse shit too. I don't know where these rumors start up. See that bald eagle? Yeah, but it's considered an upper respiratory disease, COVID. No, it's not Celine. Yeah, you see all these holistic people that, yeah, I want to see them go get treated for COVID to a holistic doctor. You'll be deader than a doornail in no time. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you the big one, though, the number one, man, the big killer all, smoking. People say, oh, they always got to, smoking controls the way you think. It'll produce feelings that you can't get naturally. It'll Now you want to know why it's. Now you know why it's so hard to quit. No, there's still people are still getting regular flu, but if you talk to a family practitioner anywhere, colds and flu was way down this last season. And you know why? It's because people wearing masks. That's why. That's my girl. Yeah, the eagle's cool, and I don't see eagles out here as much as you'd think. That one's just perched up out there, probably looking for something to eat. Oh my God! Yeah, that can happen. What they're really can't figure out is the genetic uh, differences and why some people get it and some people don't. Why does one spouse get it and the other doesn't? Why are a lot of people asymptomatic? It's like anything, some people get exposed to whatever. Some get cancer, some don't. Why doesn't everybody get lung cancer that smokes? Yeah, they do. They do. I have noticed, there. You ready to hit the road? I have noticed there's more younger people seem to be struggling. There were kids when I was in Detroit dying from it. I mean, otherwise healthy kids. I mean, compromised immune systems anyway, like diabetes. That makes more sense. But these were healthy kids. Yeah, they do look fun, don't they? I'd like one where you didn't get wet, kind of one that sat up higher. I'd probably get one if you could, you didn't have to like wear a bathing suit. One that you could just drive around like a speedboat. Yeah. Yep, 3 people on a jet ski. I don't know. I don't think that's illegal. I think you could put as many of them as you want. What, huh? I want to go bye-byes. I hear you. I see. I hear you, hon. I don't like. I don't like it. Like I like kayaking and canoeing a little bit. If I do it every 5 years for an hour, it's about right. I like the idea of it more than I like doing it. I know, hon. See you, Rita. Yeah, I mean, if you go to a doctor and you're low on vitamin D, they'll give you a prescription where you can get that 50,000 ICU or whatever they call it. You can't buy that size in a drugstore. Now, I'll tell you, I read a study a long time that said, look, ibuprofen. Study said, I can't find it again, but the study said that taking 200 milligrams was not as effective as taking one pill that was 200 milligrams. I mentioned this to my doctor buddy, and he said it sounds like bullshit. Well, if it sounds like bullshit, then why are you writing prescriptions for someone to just take one 50,000 ICU vitamin D pill when they could go down and just triple or quadruple up and swallow 4 pills instead? See you, Dolly. Have fun in Taos. Go to that Mexican restaurant or get that pizza next to Rite Aid. Oh, yeah, girl. Yeah, that's my girl. Yeah, my home chat thing hasn't worked that good. I tried getting on last night, and then I go and check on my phone. I see the thing's live, and I'm not even on it. She just went and grabbed a treat out of her bag. Just went in the back and grabbed it right out of the bag. Wow, hon. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. But I do know this, that if you're low in vitamin D and you just try and get your levels back up to where they should be, you'll be eating those damn drugstore vitamin Ds like jelly beans. No shit. Yeah, it's the first time she's done that, actually. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. She's always doing cute little things like that. Yeah, she's a great dog. I went to Home Depot today. I'll tell you, these people are so full of shit that work in there. I don't know whether the good people are getting stimulus. It's like, I'll give you an example. I'm building these new shelves, right? And I was going to go with hardwood just because of the weight of books, but hardwood's expensive. Well, I don't mind that if it works. And then I get reading these guys, these blogs, these guys that build bookshelves for a living, like going to a lawyer's house and that kind of stuff. And they're all using pine. And actually, I'm spacing mine closer together than they are. So if it can hold those big legal books. But anyway, long story short, there's some kind of treatment that you could use on pine to harden the fibers up. So I thought I'd do that. So I go, nobody knows shit about it. I finally talked to the assistant manager. He said, yeah, we have something like that. So he sends Johnny Do Right with me. We go over there. We're looking. He said, if I see it, I'll know what it is. So we're there like 10 minutes. It's like, well, this is it right here. I finally find it. And he said, what are you using this for? I said, I'm using it for pine. He said, I thought you were using it for twine. Why in the hell would I be using something to make twine stronger? No wonder he couldn't find it. But it's just like that all day in there. It is compared to a hardwood. It depends on, you got to use the right application. I was hoping to get some hickory someplace, but it's just too big of a pain in the ass. Actually, I've never done it before, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them. Because I don't think pine stain looks that great. Besides, book's going to be covering most of them anyway. Yeah, it's no kidding. Yeah, it's true. They don't know jack shit. He said he thought I was looking for something to put on twine. Yeah. But that... Oh yeah, the price of wood's crazy. This girl told me she started at Home Depot 9 months ago. 2x4s were $2. Now they're $8. Yeah, wood's cool though. I like wood. It's really interesting. I learned living up here a little bit that, everybody thinks they got $1 million in their backyard with this hickory and walnut and cherry. Yeah, well, I learned too that these places that buy your wood, they're very particular about it. That's why they want timbers from like untouched land. They don't want trees that have been trimmed and stuff. It causes knots. Depends how heavy the books are and how far apart the spacing is. You want to at least have every 16 inches. Like in my basement, when I first moved there, there's this laminate stuff. It comes like in pieces like wood. like 8-10 foot sections. Looks like Formica. Looks like wood that was dipped in Formica. Yeah, I mean that's okay for short distances or like towel racks and stuff, but there's definitely a formula for what you're going to lay on stuff, for sure. What you're going to put on that shelf. The thickness, the whole bit. But if you look at like a, a 1 by 10, which is actually 9 1/4 by 10 feet long, at a hardwood, it's like crazy prices. Pine's a lot too, but it's nothing like hardwood. Gas $2.99. It's about what it is everywhere. There's a waitress that's been emailing me a lot from this big boy here. I want to go and check her out before I answer her email. I'm going to go in here and get a bowl of cabbage soup. See if this girl's a jumbo or she's got the killer body I deserve. Yeah, well, she's not listening now. She'd be working. Go in there and see if this is Mama Cass or something I'd really be interested in. Right on. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. No, I won't, believe me. I'll scope her out, man. Look at her name tag. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I have this happen a lot. And I can tell you, after all these years of doing this, I don't really follow up on it too much. But it's usually serial killers, wackos, Mama Casses, just baggage up the ass. I mean, I would rather like take like 3 or 4 years in jail than even date somebody like this a couple times. I'm not kidding you, they're psychos. No, I don't want to put her on the spot. I'm going to go in here covertly. I'm going to get a bowl of cabbage soup and I'm going to look around. And I'm going to look at the name tags. And if it's like a rockin' body, I'm going to email back, said, sure, I'd like to meet you sometime. And if it's a Mama Cass, I'm going to say, couldn't we just be email friends? Yeah, I don't really like that strawberry pie. I don't like that clear fake red goo that sticks the strawberries together. Go on, hon. Those things look like they've been they're rubber. No, if it wasn't like a bowl of cabbage soup, which is good for you, by the way, I wouldn't even be stopping here. Do you really, Mary? A health nut like you? The face matter, yeah, a little bit. I could get over a face though with a good body, to be honest with you. I learned a long time ago I'd rather have plain with a good body than somebody super good looking. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, that's not going to affect me. Yeah, that's not going to happen either. Any young, attractive woman, if she showed any interest in me, I'd know right away. My radar would be on. I'd get the hell out of there so fast. No way, I'm not that stupid. That'd be like coming outside your door and seeing like $10,000 in cash laying there and just start picking it up. Not me. No way. I'd call the police. I'd call the police. I'm not saying that you can't set me up, but it'd be pretty hard because I don't fall for those, obvious tricks. Why what, Emily? I mean, in this day and age, you gotta you gotta apologize for everything. People are gonna start getting sued now because they don't have an interest in dating somebody, so you're gonna get sued. That I mean, it's going there. It's already like halfway there now. I mean, you gotta be secretive and only tell your best friends that, well, I saw so-and-so today. I think she's really pretty. She's got a great personality. Because if you don't feel that way, you're gonna be like that. You can't even have an opinion about what you like anymore. Like you're shallow. It is such bullshit. It's got nothing to do with being shallow. Oh yeah, I'm serious, yeah. Yeah, I like my dog. Daisy's trying to score another one. Daisy, you can't get that, hon. You already had one, honey. I'll give you one more, that's it. You're gonna get one more, that's it. I'm staying locally. Yeah, I know better than that too. I did some. I had a buddy of mine that modeled when I moved to Chicago, and they couldn't get photographers, so I did this model photography for a while for the agency, mainly comp cards. And you would think that you would like that, but I found it super boring. It didn't interest me at all. I just did it because I knew him and he was friends with the agency owner. Ford Agency. I don't even know if they're in Chicago anymore. But it was super boring. I hated it. Yeah, no, she's hooked on that lamb and duck. Yeah, Norma don't let her eat too, but what she'll do is she'll just peel off the lamb and duck. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. I lived in the Dave and Buster's building for 12 years. Right there on Clark and Maple. Yeah, it was super boring. I wouldn't want to do wedding photography. None of that. I think I'd go crazy owning a photography studio. People coming in there and getting graduations. I don't like that kind of stuff. No, she doesn't. No. Oh, Tennessee's a nice state. I like Ohio too. Yep. Party. Honestly, I think I'm just too old to date. It really doesn't interest me that much. once in a while, just a little bit. But I mean, I've had friends try and like line me up with 35-year-old women a lot. I'm just not really into it, to be honest. And they're like 30 years younger than me. Even that didn't really interest me. Yeah, I appreciate it, Emily. Yeah. No, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not even. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna slide in here, lay low, eat my cabbage soup, read the name tags. Hey, you know, thinking about that though, it's crazy how the human mind works. Like what some people find attractive and what others don't. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get older. I think I'm just gonna go with the mail order bride. All said and done, it's about 20 grand. Now she doesn't even know I'm coming in here. Yeah, I'm pretty much retired now. I keep throwing, once I get my thing organized, you know, there was about a good 7 years in my life I didn't do a damn thing. I got to get organized to be the most organized person in the world. Man, when I took that nosedive of depression, I didn't do shit for about 10 years. 7, like nothing. I guess you go on these websites. There's a couple guys up here that have them. But I mean, I joke about it, but I think there's got to be something really off with a older guy to get a younger girl over here and marry her. And it's just weird. Shannon, did you get your envelope today? Shannon was one of the 2 people that didn't get her envelope. Did you get that, Shannon? You want dinky water? That's what I say, Peggy. I do have I'm not kidding you, I'm not exaggerating in this. I got about 15 women that would marry me tomorrow that live in this town. Did you get it? Did you get it, Shannon? Did you get it? Yeah, well, you can cash that one, or you can cash. Yeah, tear the other one up. Just cash one of them, please. No, I'd say right around 15. Now, here's the catch to this. The youngest is 75, and the oldest is 84. Yeah, you can go ahead and go cash that one then. Go deposit it, because it's out of state, and then tear the one up that I mailed you Tuesday or Monday or whenever it was. Just tear one of them up. I don't care which one, but if I were you, I would. If you got one, I would cash it. Go cash it. Go deposit it. And then the other one, just tear it up. Yeah, sorry it took so long. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, sorry it took so long. You're probably wondering if I sent it or not. I paid Kim's rent. She didn't get hers either, so I overnighted hers because I didn't want her to think I was a bullshitter. Oh, that's cool, Sunpower. Oh, thank you. Believe me, I got my faults big time. But if somebody like Shannon, just learning what I've learned and, out doing interviews, for someone she's come a long way. So if it means giving her a little bonus to go out and get a nice dinner, whatever, I'm all for it. Oh, yeah, sorry, Shannon. I mean, what you see is what you get. If you'd have saw me at home today when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to use my metal detector, you would have thought it was a 10-year-old kid that you took his toy away. I swear to God, you'd think I'm the craziest person you've ever met in your life. I would be impossible to live with. I would be. Yeah, sorry that took so long to get to you, Shannon. Yeah, see, I mean, but I'm really good about like helping strangers, animals, people I cross paths with. But I think I'm not that good in a relationship. Like, I know I'm hard to live with. But it's not like I'm missing something. It's not like I, gotta like change something to get this because it's really not that important to me. I knew it about 35. By then I was married about 5 years and I thought, you know what? I don't think this is for me. And I had it made. Beauty, that's true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, I just don't think I'm just too moody and stuff. I get tired of stuff. I like a relationship at the very beginning when it's all like that's all you think about, and you could shop for garbage cans and it'd be fun. And then when that wears off I just don't like it that much. I know it sounds nuts. Yeah, but this mail, I think I sent that to you the 20th. April 20th, I sent that to you, Shannon. Yeah, 420. Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'd go ahead and cash that one. You know why? Because it costs like $35 to stop payment on a check. Yeah, you know how it is when you first get in a good relationship. You're interested in somebody. It's like nothing like it. It's down the road where I don't like it. Oh, yeah, good. And just tear up the other one. Now, are you going to have to go through a lot of bullshit to cash that? Yeah, but you know how it is. If you don't know somebody, like I was paying Kim's rent, and this lady, I don't even know her. She was really cool about it. It's already like 2 weeks. It still hadn't got there. She'd send me like a nice text. I still haven't got that check, Tom. It's like, well, I can send you another one. So then it's like 3 weeks. Here we're coming up on another's month's rent, and she hasn't even got the first month. So I just didn't want to communicate like that anymore. So I just bit the bullet and paid $26 or whatever the hell it is and overnighted her the check Tuesday. Because I thought she'd think I'm full of shit for sure. Yeah, I want to, Angel. Yeah, I mean, I know it's slow, but that's ridiculous. Now, I sent a friend of mine that sampler and some T-shirts and some cullet, and that got there in 2 days to South Carolina. which I was shocked about. Yeah, but that's crazy for a letter. I can understand a package or book rate or something like that. So I'm glad you got it. I hope you don't have to go through so much bullshit to cash it. No, that's all right. I wanted you to get something nice, you know, nice little gift for yourself. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? No, big boys. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's two sides to everything. Now I know uh, that if I have some major health problem, I'm in a big jam, man, like major trouble. Really. So honestly, I mean, I've always eaten fairly healthy, not really a big drinker, but I haven't been drinking either because I'm getting, when you're 40 and you know that if you have a health problem, that's one thing. When you're 65, that's something else. So guess I'm more aware of this now. Plus, I've been like seeing people I know dropping dead left and right. I'm not shitting you. So, I mean, if I had a health problem up here, I would be so screwed. It'd be ridiculous. I know. I've told you before. I know what would happen. I would have to. I would probably go down to Florida and move in with my wife and her boyfriend and listen to him give her 3 orgasms while she came down in the room that was now mine permanently and fed me applesauce. I think of these things. Yeah. So I guess I'm, as time's going by, I'm becoming more aware of uh, possibilities. Yeah, applesauce and cashews. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Private duty nurses. How much extra is it to take care of me in a bathing suit? No, their food sucks. Yeah, but that would be a real drag, man, if I couldn't like go out and like video things and take off at the spur of the moment. And if I had something, I'll tell you another thing. If I lost my driver's license, which I did do about 4 years ago, I got nailed on both things on that. They charged me criminally, and I lost my driver's license for 6 months. It's like, well, which is it, man? Talk about double jeopardy. It's like, no, this is the way it works. Driving is a privilege, not a right. Here's what I have a problem with is once a cop checks that box in an accident report, you're hosed. There ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. It's going to be 6 months from the day he checks that box to when you can drive again. So, in a way, I know this sounds crazy, but that's kind of like the attitude I have on my Astro van. If it quits running, I don't give a shit. I'll rent a car, come home. I got that Toyota in the garage. But I just looked at it as a new adventure, and I know this is going to sound crazy to you, but I actually enjoyed that 6 months when I wasn't driving. Not as much as I would if I was driving, but I got a winter bike and a summer bike. And you'd think, well, you got in shape. Not really. Pedaling a bike doesn't really get you in shape. Riding around up hills on those bikes where you wear the little helmet, that gets you in shape. But it was actually kind of fun. Take a backpack, go to Walmart. It was crazy as it sounds. It was actually more fun in the winter. There was only 2 times I couldn't go because the snow was too deep. So, you go to a town, you see an older guy on a bike, and you wonder what's going on. Well, that was me. Yeah. But I really, it was a good experience. Lonnie, you remember Bill Naps? Bill Naps? Yeah, it was good. No, it was good. They're all out of business now. I still see their cakes, though, sometimes when I'm in a grocery store someplace. No, I don't get any butterflies. I'm not really that interested, to be honest with you. Yeah, big time sunflower. Oh, really? Hug million. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, donuts. Yeah, right. They would, Peggy. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Oh, really, Simka? No, I think I did find the right woman. Yeah, those Luckies. They're building the Luckies here. But you know what? A guy told me a year ago they switched from the United States purveyor to Mexican meat for their steaks. Is that the same Luckies they have on Wilder Road, Bay City? Oh, Real Emotions? Oh, okay. I think they're burned out of my brain. Oh, yeah, that place is busy as hell. No, that's true, Sunflower. Yep, true. Yep. Hey, Grandma, how you doing? Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, guys. So I hope you have a good night tonight. I'll try and get on later, but it doesn't work that great at my house for some reason lately. I got a great internet signal. I don't know what the problem is. See you, Hog Man. I'll see you, Train. Bye, Mari. Guys, have a good weekend. Okay, Peggy. Yeah, there was. Yep. See you, Indigo. Yep. See you, Blue. Okay, Tim. Yep. See you, Simca. See you, Betsy. Yeah, that Mia Pueblo's packed. You know, I'll tell you, go down and get the chicken at that place down the street on the left. But you got to go to, actually, you got to go down Dick's. Get that chicken sometime. It's good. They cook it outside. Yeah, it's just down the street from Mia Pueblo. All right, see you, Lana. Oh, that's cool. Good luck. Yeah, see you, Debbie and Dave. See you, Emily.